It started back in 2008. I was living a very normal life, you know, doing normal things. And then I discovered cycling, and I joined a cycling race, and that completely changed my life. I got introduced to a lot of people that introduced me to another sport, which is triathlon. Triathlon is a sport that starts with swimming, then cycling, then running non-stop. And before that, I couldn't even run 200 meters, but I've trained for it for 3 months and then had my first race in Barcelona, Spain. And after finishing the race, I was so amazed at what my body could do, that there are absolutely no limits, and that I used to set limits for myself. And when I got back, I wanted to introduce this sport to people, and I wanted the same experience to kind of multiply in my country so that I could see more women doing what I did. And that's when I started the triathlon club with the person who coached me at the time. And for 3 years we managed to inspire and change the lives of more than 400 people. And today in Kuwait we have an active triathlon culture, and I could proudly say that I had a kind of a thumbprint in creating this culture. And I really hope to see more people get into sports, and triathlon in particular, especially endurance sport, and especially women. It could have a huge impact, because it had a huge impact on my life. And it made me discover other things about myself. Like, I love to put myself in challenges and chase adrenaline, really. I shifted my interest from triathlon, endurance sport, to mountaineering. I kind of have now a dream to climb the 7 summits. I successfully finished 2 of them, Kilimanjaro, which is called the roof of Africa because it's the highest in Africa. It's in Tanzania, and the second is in Elbrus in Russia, which is the highest in Europe. And I'm training now to climb Aconcagua, and I really want to introduce sports in my country through any means possible. Now I'm doing it by trying to lead by example, if you will. So sometimes I take my bicycle to work instead of my car, so that I get to inspire people. Even when they're driving in the car, sometimes I get a lot of people giving me a thumbs up or shouting out, especially girls. And I'm happy to see that people are getting a positive influence out of it, and I hope that I could make a difference somehow. Well, I always put limits because I didn't really try. So I always thought I couldn't do something, because in my head I never tried it. I never put myself out there, especially in a culture like Kuwait. It's very different. It's traditional, and especially for women there are specific things that may not be normal to practice. And I come from a very traditional family as well, where I may have struggled a little bit when I started doing sports, especially triathlon. So once I crossed that line and I've practiced sport and I saw what I can accomplish, I've kind of applied the same logic everywhere, in my career, in my education, and that's where the limits stopped existing for me. And now literally anything I set for myself, I just go for it. The fact that I put myself in these situations to see what I can do, what I'm capable of doing. And for me, because I love sports and adrenaline in general, I just want to see what more can my body do, what more am I capable of accomplishing. I'm always saying it's mind over matter, and I really believe that now, because you know, when you hear people say it, you don't really know if they mean it or if they tried it, but when you physically go through that experience, and you know, for example, the triathlon, it's an endurance sport. I trained a lot, me personally. I trained for like twice a day, 3 hours every day, and it took a lot of time and effort to transform myself to be able to finish triathlon. So it made me realize it really is mind over matter. The person who introduced me to climbing, Rabaa, used to say to me all the time, the only mountain we have to conquer is ourselves. And that's where normally the challenge is, because we're the ones who set limits for ourselves and say we can't do, or we always use can't, I never tried. So I try to eliminate these words from my training when I train, and I always say I can do this, even when I'm not feeling well at certain days because I didn't have a proper meal or whatever, and the training is not as good, I still say tomorrow is another day and I'll start again. And that's the same logic that I followed when I was climbing mountains. As I go up, I'm always chasing the high of being on a high mountain. The feeling is unbelievable to be on the toppest peaks of the world. As you go up, altitude causes the oxygen level to go down, and this makes it really difficult to go. Even the smallest bit of exertion could be exhausting, even though it could be a simple move as just going up or walking. I'm always telling myself that when I reach the top, all of this will be worth it. And it's been true for every mountain that I've climbed, and it's what keeps me want to go and climb more mountains. The quote that I just mentioned earlier, it's not the mountain that we conquer, it's ourselves. So just conquer that mountain. Well, from what I'm seeing today, at least in my community, I'm very, very hopeful, and I'm honestly looking forward to see what the women are going to accomplish. نحن قادرات. Of course we can do it.